Yeah, we live. What's up, guys? How you doing? Let me see if I have enough light here. Should be good. I mean, I'm kind of dark in general, but whatever. All right. Anyways, let's start with the quote of the day. Quote of the day is yes, you can. I know what you're thinking. You're probably thinking that sounds a lot like Obama, and yeah, it's probably from there. But it basically means like whatever you think that you can do, you can do. All right. So if you're having a bad day, if you're having a good day, if you're having whatever day, you think that maybe like you can like reach your dreams, thinking that you can't, trying to make a team, whatever. First thing that you have to say to yourself is yes, I can. All right. And once you say that and you acknowledge that and you believe that, then basically anything's possible. Let's start off with the elementary workouts today. We have the swoop layup chase, athletic, rebound to putback, mid post on break, all out deny, great players, miss free throws on purpose. 10 plus seconds down by three is the situational. To speak about one of those, I want to talk about the all out deny, great players. Just being, let me see. Kind of, there you go. That's a lot better. All right. So, all out deny great players. If you have a great player on the court, you have to do everything that you can to stop this player from destroying your team. And what people don't realize, there was a player last year in the bubble named T.J. Warren. There's been people like Jeremy Lin. There's been people like whoever. Basically, like usually like new guys, they will dominate a certain section of the season or games even or whatever, or even like entire seasons. Like there was a baseball player named Hideo Nomo, and like basically no one could hit this guy for like an entire year, maybe even 2 years. And then Jeremy Lin was like dominating the NBA for like 2 weeks, and then TJ Warren for like 2 months. What happens is, and you think that these guys are scoring more points than Steph Curry and Tracy McGrady and things like that. It's not because they're better. It's because no one has scouted them yet. All right. But once people start scouting them, learning them, then all of a sudden they come back down to earth. And what they do against guys like Michael Jordan, guys like Kobe Bryant, guys like Steph Curry is they don't just scout them; they scout them for an entire like month, years at a time, and they watch so much film on these guys, and then they'll start double teaming and triple teaming these guys just to slow them down. So the stats that you see from Giannis Antetokounmpo, him scoring 30 points a game, that's with the triple teams. That's with all the scouting. So basically, if you didn't scout him, James Harden like that, they would be averaging 50 points a game. So what this Allah deny great player thing does is that's kind of our way and the basic way to stop someone like this. Now, once they become on like like Kobe Bryant like level, yeah, not even that kind of helps. You have to bring a double team, you have to do other things. But for the basic gist of it is you look at the smartest player on your team or a really, really good defensive person, hopefully both, and you tell them, yo, lock that dude down. All right. And basically full court, right when you guys make a shot or miss a shot, they turn their mind to defense first and they pick them up full court and they just stare at them. I mean, they stare at their chest. They run with them wherever they go. They go. They're not in help side. If a loose ball is happening right behind them, they don't go for it. If a rebound happens, who cares? You have to focus on your men. And we've tried this with several players in the past, and they couldn't do it. And it was really funny because they would try to look at them, but then they would just get distracted. And then something would happen, and they would turn their head, and all of a sudden, their man, the best player on the court, is 10 feet away from them scoring a bucket. And it's like, dude, what happened? He goes, oh, I thought the ball was going to bounce over here. No, you had one job and one job only. I had to be that defender in college, and on those days they would basically say like, "Hey, this guy's a really good 3 point shooter. Or this guy's a really good scorer." It happened since my freshman year because I'm very very long, and I'm also a smart player. So they were like, "John, stop this guy. Like ace this dude out," and I was like, "Deal." And for me, that those were the boring days. Even though I had the hardest job in the court, that was the boring day. And I would say, "All right, guys, I'll see you guys later. Good luck in the game." And I would be there for offense, but mainly like, dude, I would not take my eyes off this player. And I would hear like the crowd cheer, and I'm like, okay, the ball probably went in. Or the crowd not cheer, okay, it probably went out. But I would just stare at this dude. And anytime he came off screens, I had help. Anytime he happened to catch a ball and he drove, I had help. But for the most part, I would try to ace the dude out. So, and if it was a shooter, it would just be easy because they can't create for themselves. If it was a score, it's a little bit harder and has to do with it with help, but that's what we did. For our team, Finley Chastain, she's the best at doing it. And I still remember the one game when she did it to, we were playing against a player on the other team. And this story got funnier as time went on. So we were in like a bad division, but it was her grade. So She normally plays like 2 years up, but she was playing against someone her grade. And this team had one player on the other team, and we were actually up by about 10. But I wanted them to practice this all out, deny the great player. So we chose the other team's best player. And I was like, Finley, deny that guy full court. Don't let him touch the ball. She's like, deal. And she kept a straight face and just stared at him. And anytime he moved, she would like punch him, like kind of like punch him in the chest, kind of. And she's like, punk this guy. And this guy, after a while, the coach like screamed at him. And I realized it was the coach's son. So now it's funnier. All right. And the coach is like a 6'8" guy. So obviously like he played basketball somewhere, right? So it was even funnier. And then she played him so hard, he asked to come out the game. And he stopped shooting, stopped trying to get the ball, everything, because she was right on him. So I was like, that's even funnier. So they took their best player out, and it was his son, and it was against a girl, and it was all his own age. But then it got even funnier because I was like, great job. That kid's actually pretty good. She goes, oh, I know. He goes to my school. And I was like, what? A guy that knows you did that? And then she's like, yeah, and he won't play against me at school either. And I was like, oh my God. It was like the best day of my life. But so play like that. Play like you're trying to shut someone up for the entire school year just by like D'ing them up, staring at them. So that is how you overplay the other team's best player. Another one that I wanted to bring up was the swoop layup chase. Let's see, athletic rebound putback. No, me posting the break. Don't worry about that. Missed free throw on purpose. We talked about that one before. For the swoop layup chase, basically, this is dribbling the ball, and you want to dribble and shoot off basically the wrong step. Not the wrong step, but the quick step. So when you dribble, you're allowed dribble in a step with the opposite leg. Then you're allowed to pick up the ball and take 2 more steps. So we'll call that first dribble the 0 steps. So you're allowed the 0 step, then 1, then 2 steps, and then you shoot the layup. For this one, we're going to be driving and fast, and we're going to dribble on the 0 step. And then instead of taking 2 more steps, we're only going to take 1 more step. So we're going to dribble on the 0 step and then pound the ball up on the first step. And then instead of taking the second step, we just shoot. So you're shooting quicker than the defense thinks that you're about to shoot. And when you do this, you're also spread out so that if there's a defender behind you and you're a shorter player, now you're sprawled out. So the only way that they can block you is by going over your entire body, which is a foul. And this is how smaller players like Isaiah Thomas score, things like that. It's also how bigger players swoop in really, really quickly to score a layup. And if you're tall enough, you swoop in, and when you shoot the layup, you want to hit the backboard, because after the ball hits the backboard, no one can block it. And if they do try to block it after that, it's a goaltend. So that's a swoop layup. James Harden played around with this, which we tried last week, and he went for the swoop layup. He took the 0 dribble, smashed it together on the 1 step. Then instead of shooting the swoop layup, which looks like you're going to shoot the layup, he faked it and actually took the second step. So he took all 3 steps, but he faked it on the second one. So it looks like he was going to shoot on the second step. And then he fakes it, brings it back down, and shoots on the opposite end. And to the untrained eye, and even my eye, I mean, anyone in the whole building, it looks like a travel. And then they slow-moed it, and no one called it a travel. And I was like, what? Then they slow-moed it. Oh, my God. So we practiced that move last week. If you want to practice that one, definitely do so. It's so interesting. But just know that a high school ref, a youth basketball ref, they're calling that a travel. Just the NBA ones are smart enough to be like, nah, it's not a travel. All right, last one is, all right, there's 10 plus seconds, and you're down by 3 with baseline out of bounds. All right, so we'll call it 12 seconds. All right, again, we go over these scenarios so that you're not surprised during games. All right, so there's 12 seconds, baseline out of bounds, and you're 3. What I would say is, since there's 12 seconds, you do not need a 3-pointer right now. All right, because if you score within the first 5 seconds or so, they have to take the ball out. And now you can foul them. Then they have to go to the line. And now you still have about 4 seconds to go all the way down the court. All right. So you're looking for a quick bucket if you can have a quick bucket. But if you don't see a quick one, now you do need a 3. So what I would say is you want to set really good screens for your out of bounds play and look for any basket at all. But once you pass the ball outside for a 3 and that 3 is not open, you want to drive to create. And if you drive to create, you're looking to score immediately. But after that, you're looking to kick back out. All right. And as time goes on, I suppose if you don't get like a quick shot and it gets down to about 5 seconds, no, well, now you do need a 3-pointer. So if you can score quick, score quick. If you can't, then you can hit a three on any kind of shot. Since there's less than 10 seconds and you're down, everyone crashes the boards. There is no get back person. So understand that this is like a make or break play. In hockey, they would call this like a power play. Like, I mean, it's like, or like a no goalie play. I don't even know what that's called, but like you pull your goalie and you add a 6-man to the court. I would say, let me think about it. What is that called? Extra player on the court? What do they call it? What do they call it? Extra man? Extra man on the. Oh, I don't know hockey that well. An empty netter. There we go. Empty netter. Okay, in hockey. I only know stuff from hockey because of video games. All right. Next thing. Let's go with our motivational story of the day before I get to the middle school and high school. This is leadership like coaching is fighting for the hearts and souls of the teammates and getting them to believe in you and themselves. All right. So this is a weird thing. This is a very weird thing because like Kobe Bryant is notorious for saying, I'm not the captain of this team. And I don't care if they're good. If they're not good, fire them. I mean, it's such a weird thing. He said Derek Fisher is the captain of this team. And what he was saying was like, I don't have time to wrestle their egos to the ground. Like, I don't care about these guys. I care about anyone who's going to make me win, which is a very, very strange strategy. But from my point of view as a coach, I feel the same way. I'm like, dude, who wants to win? And if I don't see 12 hands go up, I'm like, well, then we're not going to win. But what I've learned since I'm trying to do an actual business is that me telling you guys motivational quotes all the time and like me like taking you guys out and like let's like hang out as a team, that means just as much as teaching you guys about plays and stuff like that, because most people, they're not competitive. Most people are not amazing. And to that I say thank you, because that's what gave me my entire life. If everyone, I assure you, as I'm 6'7", but I was pretty basic, okay? Like, I mean, I like certain things. I woke up at 5 o'clock every morning working out. I wasn't Kobe. I wasn't Jordan. All right. And if everyone in the world tried hard at basketball, tried hard at sports, especially basketball, I would have had zero chance to be a pro. So thank you. I had such a great time winning championships in high school, winning player of the year. Thank you for needing so much that it let guys like me that didn't need so much. If you're regular, like 98% of people are, yes, you need to be like spoken to in a certain way. They can't be like, hurry up and try to win. Then you'll be like, no, you're hurting my feelings. And it's like, oh my God, really? It's the equivalent to the divas in like the NBA, let's say, where they're like, hey, we need you to try a little harder. And they're like, don't speak to me like that. I get paid $10 million. It's the same thing. Anyone who needs to be spoken to in a certain way, you're like a diva. That's how I see it. But that's how most people are. They need to feel special. They need their youth basketball team to go out to eat together because they are not robots, which is cool, and that's all good. So if you're a leader or if you're a coach, you have to realize that your job is you're fighting for the hearts and the souls of your teammates. And that's why in the NBA, it's not about who knows the X's and O's or who's like the best coach or whatever. It's about who's the best people manager, who can manage all those egos. And in high school, it's who can manage all of the sad kids, and like can manage like, the two girls fighting, or like my coach in college. This is a true story. I won't use names. Anthony is his first name though. No one watches my show. His name is Anthony Woodards. I don't care. Anyways, he had two girlfriends in college. And they were both at the locker room after the game, waiting for him to come out. It was crazy. And our coach came walking by them. He's walking to the post game and he sees the two girls. He's like, ladies, how you doing? And he walks right by them. He closes the locker room door. Then he sees this guy. He's just like, yo, your two girlfriends are outside waiting for you. You got to go through the back window. I have a car already pulled up for you. He told someone to drive this guy away. It was like amazing. And that's who our coach was. He knew how to also handle like our own personal problems, because he knew without that guy, hey, we don't have a team. So he needs to take care of himself too. And that's a weird job for coaches to have. So while if you're a leader, yes, you got to worry about your teammates. You got to worry about their egos, about their sadness, about like their parents dying, maybe, right? Some stuff might happen to them. You got to worry about a lot of stuff going on in their lives. And you got to ask them how they're doing today, how they doing, how they're doing. And if you're a coach, same exact thing. But as a player from the other end, your job is to not be ridiculously high maintenance. Try to be as low maintenance as possible, and maybe you guys can meet in the middle. So if you're a leader or a coach, you need to step it up for your players and be there for them, and make sure that their minds and hearts are okay, and egos too, right? Even if they're like, I need blue M&Ms or whatever, it, maybe just get them some. Maybe just get them some, okay? If they need to breathe, let them breathe. If they need to take a day off, let them take a day off. Right? People are very vulnerable human beings. All right. But if you're a player on the team that isn't a leader or a coach, you got to meet them halfway and say, you know what, today I can suck it up. I don't feel like practicing today. I will suck it up today for the team. So that's that. And just know that there's two sides to it. All right, let's go to our middle school workouts. For our middle school workouts, we have 1-on-1, 5 seconds from half, 3-on-3, no dribbles, post positioning on swing, unintentional, intentional foul, fouling with fouls to give, and up by 5 with 3 minutes left. I'm gonna start with the scenario on this one. You're up by 5 with 3 minutes left. Again, today's a Tuesday, so Tuesday, Thursday, we talk about team stuff. Up by 5 with 3 minutes left. All right, and whose ball is it? Let me see. It's managing a lead, weighing patience and aggression. All right, so if you're up by 5 with 3 minutes left, that is not enough time to just stall. All right. In Colorado, we didn't have a shot clock, so like we basically could stall out by like 2 minutes or so. But in California, they have a shot clock, so you need to shoot within 35 seconds or 40 seconds, whatever it is. And if you stall, well, that's just like 3 possessions or 2 possessions, and they're back in the game. So you want to make sure that you're still getting good shots up. And if you let the entire clock wind down and shoot with 5 seconds left, you're not getting a good shot. So you need to still run your offense. But now, when our normal patience level is first time that you touch the ball, don't shoot it. Second time, 50%. Third time, chuck it up. Well, now you don't want to shoot, drive, or pass for like a home run assist the first time that you touch it, nor the second time. Now you want to make sure that you're getting inside the key to get people open. And if you get a first shot wide open, now I would say now you never take it. But after that, it's still basketball. You're still trying to score. You're still trying to get fouled. You're still trying to be aggressive. Because a 5-point lead is nothing. And that thing can evaporate like that. Because the reason that you got the 5-point lead is because you were playing a certain way. And they couldn't handle you playing a certain way, so you got a lead. Now that there's 3 minutes to go, who knows if your stalling tactics are going to change your offensive efficiency? Who knows if your stalling tactics are going to change how they play defense? Maybe they like that. All right. So you need to make sure that you're still playing. But now, if there's a fast break, a 2-on-2 fast break, now you just don't take it. So take far fewer chances, basically. You have to manage that lead. And then when you have a turnover and they score, and a turnover they score, get the ball into someone's hands who can protect the ball and isn't going crazy in their mind. So get the ball into your best player's hands so you can calm everything down, he or she. All right. Another one that I want to talk about was, let's go with 1-on-1, 5 seconds from half. All right, 1-on-1, 5 seconds from half. It's a great drill, so you can test your limits for your offensive capabilities. Because you're going to get fast breaks whether you're good or not. Occasionally, you have to know whether you can do it or not. Because if you can't do it, don't be messing up during games. You want to mess up during open gyms. You want to mess up during the actual like practices or like workouts and stuff like that. So this is a great chance to practice to get better at this. And you're going to go full speed from half court. You get 5 seconds to score with the defender doing foot fire around the 3-point line. You have to realize that the person on offense has all the advantages in the world. Because if you're on defense, one, you're turned backwards. So they're running forward and you have to run backwards. That's hard. 2, they're getting a running start and you're standing still. Jeez. And then 3, they know which way, left or right, that they're going. And then even if they go right and you try to turn them, now they can just change directions. And trying to change directions on defense is extremely hard. I know it's hard on offense to go behind your back, spin move or whatever, but it's extremely hard on defense as well. That's why change direction really, really works. So since the defense is like so basically like at odds why aren't we scoring all the time? And the answer is because your full speed sprint dribble going both ways is extremely tough for you. What do you have, Finn? Me and Ren did this today. Good job, man. And it's Ren and I did this today, but whatever. It's all good. I'm not here for a grammar lesson. But you say that you're a straight A student, so, I'm going to help you out. All right. Anyways, yeah, so full speed is how it is. And since we have an eighth grader here right now, just to mention the other ones, 3-on-3, no dribble. If you are doing 3-on-3, no dribble. Oh, what's up, Ren? How you doing too, man? 3-on-3, no dribble. Of course, you guys don't have 6 people because it's quarantine time, but you might have 2. I don't know if there's a way to really do this, but you can do it by going one-on-one from a mid-range, from like the mid-post. And you could turn around and try to score off each other with 0 dribbles. All right. Dylan and I did this with 1 dribble when it was like too rainy on the court to really move. And it was tough to get shots up. It was even hard for me to get a shot on him. He's like shorter than I am. But trying to do it from no dribbles might be a fun game to do. But normally the 3-on-3 no dribble stuff is meant for like cutting and screening and things like that and being patient on offense. Post positioning on swing is something that you guys could both do by pretending that the ball is either on the wing, the top, or the opposite wing. And that's by fronting the post player on your side, then jumping off when the ball is thrown to the top. Then as the post player cuts from the low post, the elbow to the opposite low post, you want to jump to the right position and then hit him as he's trying to cut towards you. All right. And then last one for you guys is, or second to last one, is unintentional, intentional fouls. All right. First, I'll start with fouling with fouls to give. If you have fouls to give, that means that they're not at the bonus yet. If they're not at the bonus, that means that it's not at 5 fouls for the NBA or 7 for high school or 10 for the double bonus. If they aren't in the bonus, and let's say that there's 2 minutes left and you're down by 7 or 5 or whatever, you know that that they can use it to like manipulate the game so that they're going to basically like win the game just by wasting time. So you're going to need to foul them to send them to the line at some point. You can foul them on purpose to get up to the limit before it affects you. And right when you're at 6 fouls and stop fouling them, then you D up just in case you need the fouls later on. Because if you have 2 fouls and you need, let's say 7 fouls and there's 15 seconds left, to get 5 additional fouls, they can just waste the entire clock by passing it in, waiting, passing it in, waiting, passing it in, waiting. So you have to take care of this stuff minutes in advance. So if you're a player out there, ask your coach, do we need to get into the bonus? And a big important thing that you should do is make sure that it's not your best players taking the fouls because you don't want them to foul out the game. And then the last one is unintentional, intentional foul. This is how you foul. You can't swing down and just hit their arm in their face. You have to actually go for the ball. So you're intentionally fouling, like on purpose, but you need to make it look like it was unintentional, or else it's a intentional foul. And if you make it an intentional foul, that means that they get 2 free throws plus the ball. You don't want that. And also, coaches aren't allowed to scream foul, foul. So we have to scream something like red or black or something stupid like that. So yeah, so like just understand all those rules, understand the little hiccups in the games, and take care of business. All right, real quick, you guys, I talked to you guys about your challenges yesterday, but I'll mention the age grade ones so we have a couple here. I know you guys aren't on it, but let's pretend that you guys are doing the book perfectly. You guys both have books, and whoever the other 2 people are watching right now. You're on day 38 of 100 of the, let me say it correctly, the Preobrazovanie challenge. That is the Russian challenge. That is the transformation. Preobrazovanie means metamorphosis or change or transformation. All right, and in 100 days, you guys can become something amazing. It includes Lana's moves, Kobe post, elbow sweeps, double bounce series, 50 push-ups, 25 knee jumps, 5 minutes of God drills, and make 10 free throws with the sprints for the misses. And it says the sky's the limit. And this is the drill that both Zach Pomazanov did and Edward Dorenkin, and that's why I got a Russian name, right? And man, I know that like most of the challenges might seem very daunting, but a lot of the challenges are super easy. Like for some of the grades, the challenge is just to shoot the free throws this month, because the free throws is your monthly homework, right? And some of the challenges are like, skip today. Some of the challenges are like, dude, just take the pick and roll quiz. Some of the challenges are very, very simple, but let me tell you this challenge is not simple. If you ever skip the challenge, you might want to skip this one. It's way too freaking hard. It's so hard. But if you want to become great, maybe this is the challenge that you need to do. And now you've missed the first 37 days. Maybe this can be the day that you can start. And you get the last 63 days. And if you said 62, you're an idiot because you have to count day 38 and you're bad at math. Anyways, just to mention the other movies, first grade, it's Space Jam for the month. Second grade, When the Game Stands Tall. Third grade, Soul Surfer. Fourth grade, When We Were Kings. Fifth grade, Uncle Drew. Sixth grade, The World's Fastest Indian, racist ass name. Seventh grade, but I think it's talking about a real Indian, sorry, from India. Seventh grade, Warrior. Eighth grade, Wildcats with Wildcats is with this blonde chick named Goldie Hawn. Yes, and she was the coach for the team, for a football team, and they were like, "What? You got to be in the locker room?" And it was kind of a funny movie, but it's a good movie. So eighth graders watch that movie, and I assure you, if you mention it to your parents, they would be like, "Yes, we will pay for that, and we will watch it with you." So, like, I mean, parents love this movie. Trust me. That and Overboard came out around the same time. Overboard is not a sports movie. And then ninth grade, you guys have Talladega Nights, The Ballad of Ricky Bobby, hilarious movie. 10th grade, Win-Win. 11th grade, White Man Can't Jump, which is my favorite movie on the list. 12th grade, The Wrestler, which is with Mickey Rourke. Amazing, amazing movie. All right, let's go to finish up our high school. For high school, you guys have Clockwork Passing Drill, Zone Cutting, Ball and Hold Drill, Jump Ball Positioning, Post Entry plus Kick Out. And for this one, I want to talk about Ball and Hold Drill. All right, the Ball and Hold Drill is basically just like I shoot the ball, and then there's two of you guys. One of you guys goes and gets the ball is like whoever gets the rebound, and they're going to dribble up the court. You get them to slow them down, make them change direction as many times as possible. While everyone else on the team who went for the rebound, the other three guys who went for the rebound, they now sprint back. So you plus the other three guys go for the rebound, they sprint back, but you get the ball. Now, I intentionally left one person out because the fifth guy on the shot, he does not go for the rebound. He sprints back to half court. And to understand those options, you have to be able to speak to your team, be able to handle a bad coach. And if you do have a bad coach, or you have a team that doesn't do get back or ball or whatever, dude, just say it. It sounds like a good idea. So speak out loud and say, "Hey, coach, who has back?" And he'll be like, "What? I don't know basketball. I'm just getting paid $500 a semester to coach you guys because I'm the science teacher." And then you'll be like, "Well, I think that not all of us should crash just in case they have a fast break. I think someone should be designated as the back guy. Maybe even make it like a small person like that. And if you're the back person, even if they get a fast break, you make sure it's a 2-on-1, 3-on-1, 4-on-1 fast break instead of a 0 or 2-on-0 fast break. And just like we talked about in the beginning, where we do the 1-on-1 full court drill, it's hard to score that full court play against the defense unless you're really, really studied up on it. So I know it's hard to play defense, but I realize it's hard for them as well. And your job, again, is just to change their direction, to make sure that you slow them down enough so that the cavalry can come back, all right? So understand that and be able to talk to your coach and your teammates about it. And every sub in college history, someone says, "Yo, who has hole, who has ball on my team?" And my team was like in the middle, man. We were like a mid-major. So I imagine like what every team's doing. I mean, like you make sure everyone knows every single time, especially during free throws or something like that, who has ball, who has hole. And if the person that has hole shoots the ball from the corner or drives, the person that has the ball is now the hole player. And they have to realize that. You have to have smart players to do that. And the last one, as I've been carefully counting this down. Oh, our coins came in. I know you guys aren't going to be a part of my program in Colorado unless you guys move, but my coins just came in, the Pepsi All-Stars coins. Maybe I can bring some. I'll have my mom send them out, and I'll give you guys some as like a token of my appreciation. You get it? Token? Anyways, the last thing I was going to talk about is taking the last shot. Because taking the last shot is very, very important. Because everyone goes, "Oh my God, Steph Curry should slow down right now." Oh, and he did. Take the last shot, Steph. But when you guys playing games, you guys will literally like shoot the ball with 17 seconds left all the time. And I'm like, "Why would you shoot right now?" Then the other team comes down and hits a shot. I'm like, "Dude, you're at a point in time where if you shoot, you should shoot the ball with 3 seconds or less so that they don't get a shot. No matter what your percentage is, it's helped if they don't get a shot. Because you want your points to go up and their points to stay the same. Just don't give them a chance. And then you've at least tied the game." And the second thing is to time it out And that's why I purposely waited till right now to talk about this drill, because right now we have 13, 11, 10 more seconds of this program. And I'm timing it so I can shoot the last shot. Anyways, I will talk to you guys later. And thanks for watching. Peace. All right, 3, 2, 1, and I'm out.